Hello, everybody, and welcome to my humble abode that I call home, Burncage Studios. My name is Nate Hedgeman, and I will be your tutorialist. Is that the word? I don't know if that's a word. I'm going to be your tutorialist. And if that's not a word, I just made it up. How are you doing? Good? I hope so. I'm doing all right. My week was just a lot busy. And it took a little bit longer to get this tutorial out than I had planned or I had hoped. But, you know, it is what it is. And I appreciate you for being patient. But this is going to be somewhat of a lengthy tutorial, so I want to get right into it. Don't want to waste any more time. So, what are we going to be doing? We are going to be recreating the chorus for As Long As You Love Me by Justin Bieber. And first, I want to start off by saying with audio, and one thing that I love about audio is that there are a lot of ways to skin the cat. So this is just an example of how to do this. There are other ways, other methods. In fact, the first method that I came up with required Melodyne. And it occurred to me, of course, maybe you don't have Melodyne. So I don't want to try to show you how to do something and you can't even do it because you can't perhaps afford the plugin or you don't have it. You don't know how to use that plugin. So I'm going to be showing you how to do it using completely Logic software. What comes with Logic Express actually is not even the big boy Logic. What's going on here? My mouse has been giving me some trouble today. So if you hear me banging it around trying to get this thing to work correctly. But anyway, let's listen. Let's see what you're going to be making, huh? Let's go.
As long as you love me, we could be starving, we could be homeless, we could be broke. As long as you love me, I'll be your platinum, I'll be your silver, I'll be your gold. As long as you love me, as long as you love me.
All right, there you go. Now, I didn't want to play the original version. I recreated it, and I'm sorry you had to deal with my horrible voice, but I'm assuming you're going to be singing better than I, or you're going to have a singer that you're going to be doing this effect with that's going to sound better than me. But, I didn't want to play Justin Bieber's song because, he's probably going to come asking me for money. Good luck. But I did want to show you that it can be done. It can be recreated. And the effecty part, the stutter part, is right here in this area. And this is what it sounds like, We're just going to solo these tracks so you can hear just exactly what's going on. And you may be surprised because a lot of times what you think you hear and what's actually going on are two separate things. And that's the beauty and the art of mixing. You kind of make it work all together. But here's what it is by itself. Listen.
As long as you love me, as long as you love me.
Now, maybe that's exactly what you heard and you got it and you have a great ear. Wonderful. But I wanted you to hear exactly what it is that we're going to be doing. The love part, that la 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 la, like that, is pretty much a sample that we are chopping up. And Justin Bieber actually did it differently than how I'm about to show you to do it. Because I also want to show you another little trick of controlling the pitch of a sample through Logic in the EXS24, controlling the pitch of the sample and not just the timing of, replaying that la 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 la. What Justin Bieber actually did was sing, let me get it.
As long as you
He actually sang, well, you're going to have to suffer through my singing right now, so prepare yourself. As, as long as you love. He sang that on the C, love, love. Up there on the B, love, love, G, F. So he sung, as long as you see, B, G, F. And that was it. And then he chopped it up on the C, he chopped it on the B, he chopped it on the G, and then on the F. But I'm going to show you, and on this example, of how to just use the C and not only chop up the C, but also move that C to a B, to the high B, and then move it to a G and an F and chop it throughout. Okay, so now that I've explained that, let's get right into it. This is what you got to do. First of all, you have to sing your vocal. You need a vocal. And so what I have done, I just sung the love, the as long as you love. And I held it out a little bit because I didn't want to chop it. I wanted to chop it at my discretion after I've put it through the EXS24 and not just chop it up by singing la 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 la, because that's cheating, you know. And I don't condone cheaters. So this is what I did.
As long as you love.
So if you're trying to follow along with me, go ahead and record yourself doing that. Just this part right here, just real quick and simple.
As long as you love.
Yeah. And if not, then I'm going to have this tutorial up for you to download it anyway off letsmakesomemusic.net. So go there, go to the tutorials on my website, and go ahead and download it. And then you can mess with it as much as you want, however you want to mess with it. But yeah, after you have that part recorded, then you want to double click on the sample. Once you double click on the sample, make sure everything's working correctly.
As long as you love.
Yeah, that's good. Then you want to click this little button right here, and it's a transient marker. Now, your transient markers are going to be all over the place. You know, you're going to see quite a few. You'll probably see something more like this, right? But you want to, bring it down because you don't need all those. Bring it down and get rid of, most of them. You just need one or two. Add one more in there. And you want to figure out, you want to get just at the love part, just with the la. But
love.
Not too much of the la, but just the la, the quick la part. So you got to find out where that is.
Love. You love. Love. Love.
Oh, yeah, that's sounding about right there. So I'm going to click and drag this transient marker right to that point. Just get it right on there. That sounds good. But since I don't want that to go on forever, you grab your other transient marker and you just put it here, just right there at the end, just until there's no more sound. Just make it nice and clean. So you just got this area right here. That's nice. All right, that's good. Click that button one more time. Move that out the way. Double click and it goes away. Then you want to turn on the flex time viewer. And if you don't see that, I hit the keyboard shortcut, but mine's are probably different than yours. You want to click on the track that you are manipulating and make sure in your inspector window over here on the side that flex is selected. And if you don't see an inspector window at all, then click the inspector button right here at the top left. Bam, flex, bam, you see it turns gray, the region over here. You're good to go. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Not that big. And then, so you see we have our two transient markers that we did in here in the sample editor. Got those two sitting right there, right where we want it. Now, you want to right-click on the region and click Convert to New Sample Track. Actually, before you do that, you want to click on slice at transient markers. That's why we put them there, right? We put the transient markers there for a reason. And that's the reason, because we want to slice right on them. So click that, bam. And now you've got a nice sliced region right there. Next step is click on the region that is just love, which is what this is. You want to click on that region, right click on it. Now you want to convert it to a sampler track. If you don't see that here in the right click, once you right click the region, the keyboard shortcut is E with that little, what is that? That's Control E, I believe. So do your keyboard shortcut Control E, or you can click audio right up here and scroll down to convert regions to new sampler track. Bam. Just go ahead and click on it. This little drop down window will appear, and you want to create zones from regions, and you want to name the EXS instrument whatever you want to name it. I'm going to leave it named Love or Vox Love BIP, which means bounce in place. Set your trigger notes to be about an octave. So start it at C3 or start it at wherever you want to start it at. And, go up an octave, maybe 2 octaves if it depending on how high you want the vocals to go. How much are you going to be manipulating the vocals pitch-wise? So for this instance, we're going to go to B3. You might want to put it up higher. It's up to you. You can put it up as high as it goes. G8 if you want to. Go ahead and do it. This way, no matter what you're doing, it'll work for you. So I'm going to do G8 because it doesn't really matter. So bam, hit OK. And that, what you just saw right there was a very powerful little window. And it's one that not too many people know about. But this is what it does. It turns audio track into a MIDI track. It takes that audio that you just sang and it converts it into a virtual instrument that you can actually play. Isn't that cool? So now, if you have a MIDI controller keyboard, then what you would want to do is turn it on if it's not already on. And since we set the EXS24 to start at C3, once I press C3, after I solo this track as well. Oh, you see how that's coming together? Cool, right? Now you may be saying, well, I'm hitting these other keys. Nate, you told me to put it all the way up to G8, and I'm hitting these other keys, but I'm not getting any sound yet. The only sound that I'm getting is from the C3. Okay, no problem. We're going to be adjusting that right now. So either through your mixer or in your inspector window over here, have the track selected of your EXS instrument and double click on the instrument. Once the plugin window opens up, you want to come to the side over here and click edit. Now, with this window open, you can now manipulate the pitch of the sample. So you drag, first let me explain this. This little blob right here, bam, that is that represents your audio. So you see it's sitting on C3, and that's all it is. It's not sitting anywhere else. So the way you make this this audio triggered by the other keys, the other inputs, is to just drag it out. So we're going to drag it out to about B4. before C5. That's what we're dragging it out to. How far, Nate? Before what? Before C5. Duh. Jeez. Anyway, so now once that has been dragged out, you can click and it's adjusting the pitch according to the key that you're pressing. And since the note that we sung was a C, then these are actually in tune. I press C3 and I love as well. It's modulated, but it's a C. And if I would click B, it's singing a B. Isn't that cool? So first, before you do this, if you are trying to keep it in line with your other instruments and making sure everything is the notes are right that you're playing with what you're hearing, make sure you know what note you're singing, what note that you are about to manipulate. Make sure you know what note that is. So the quickest way to do that, and the easiest way, using Logic's plugins, is to use the tuner. And I'll show you that. Let's just first close this window. And we want to save it. And then we're good. Close that out. Next, kind of a back step, so you'll know what note you're singing. We will go to the track that we're actually, singing on, the audio track here, and we will add in metering tuner. Bam. Your little tuner comes up, and then as I sing, it will show what note I'm singing.
As long as you love.
See? In fact, let's make it just even more simple. More simpler. Without all that other jumble jop playing, we're just going to play what is being sung.
As long as you love.
See? So went to love, and it tells me that it's C. So I know that I'm into it. Even told me what C it was. C2. And I have a deeper voice, so it was C2, but I put it on C3 because it's easier for me. Just make sure if you're singing a C, you have it locked up to a C on your MIDI controller in that EXC. Or EXS, I'm sorry. If you're singing a C, make sure it shows that it's starting on a C. Whatever note that is, if you're singing an A, make sure it's on an A. If you're singing a G, make sure it's on a G so that it stays synced up and locked. It's very important because you'll end up confusing yourself. I've done this a bunch of times, so just make sure you're singing the notes that you're playing on your keyboard. It'll save you a lot of grief. Okay, so now that that is finished, we are now able to recreate the effect that Justin Bieber did. Pretty quickly and easily, actually. So we know that he sung a C. Oh, let's turn that. And we know that he sung the B. And we know that he sung the G and the F. So now, with only having sung the C, we can recreate the entire stutter effect that was happening in that song. So I'm gonna play it right now for you in real time. Here we go. Let's make this just a little bit smaller. It's too big. It was hurting my eyes. Okay.
I'll be your goal. As long as you
Yeah. Now, to get the kind of clarity that you heard in Justin Bieber's song, you would need to utilize some mixing techniques, some EQ, and also some exciters, and also some harmonic enhancers for the vocals. Because once you run things through that EXS 24, it really kind of takes some of the life out of it, I've noticed. And maybe it's just me, but it kind of takes some of the life out of it. So now, let's just recreate it. You heard me play it, but right now I'm about to just record it because it's just that simple. So you make sure your EXS is select it. You know, probably wouldn't hurt to have a metronome on as well. Play that bad boy.
Love me, I'll be your platinum, I'll be your silver, I'll be your gold. As long as you love me, as long as you love me.
There we go. So just keep this somewhat on time. And what's great about this, you know, you can even quantize it because it's just a MIDI track. So we're going to quantize it to eighth notes here. That should do the trick. Let's hear it.
As long as you love me, as long as you love me.
Not too shabby, not too bad for government work, like my daddy used to say. And there you go. That's it. That's it. You're done. You throw some reverb on that bad boy, you know. But that's more of a mixing kind of tutorial. I wasn't trying to get into that too much, but hey, why not? Throw a little reverb on that bad boy. Well, let's bring that down. Nothing too crucial. Don't need too much. Bring that in. Mix. Have it Oh yeah. In no time at all, that could be sounding very, very cool. So there you go. Boom. Now you know how Justin Bieber's engineer may have, but probably not had, done it. The way he probably did it was with Melodyne. And I will be doing another tutorial about how to do the same effect in Melodyne. So if you got Melodyne and you want to know how to do it, which is extremely simple, you probably already know how to do it if you have Melodyne. But if not, I will show you how to do it in Melodyne. Yeah, right now. Why not?